Welcome back to the Weekly Watch Report, where we talk about the things we watched this week. Weekly Watch Report on Monday, Weekly Watch Report on Monday, Weekly Watch Report on Monday, Weekly Watch Report on Monday. Okay, let's get into this.
I love that.
Oh, thank you. Just gets the Weekly Watch Report going.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna get into it real quick. Summer House, A+. We finally saw what went down between Carl and Lindsay. These two were just not made for each other. These two were just not compatible. These two could not get married, and thank God they did not. Beginning of the season, I was leaning towards Carl's side, like first 2 episodes. Then I quickly shifted to Team Lindsay because I was like, I can't deal with Carl. And
Carl's delusional, right?
Yeah,
that's like the moral of the story.
The moral of the story is what I think is. I think Lindsay had the right messaging in what she was trying to convey to Carl. Like, hey, we're about to enter a marriage. We're about to be partners. I need to know that whatever job you're going to be entering, you're happy with, you're getting what you need, you're getting what you want because you left this company prior and you were miserable and I heard about it. And now I'm hearing that you want to re-enter Loverboy. So let's make sure everything is up to, standards. Mm-hmm. Lindsay is not like a soft and nurturing person in that way. I'm sure she, I don't know what we don't see on TV, but like when it comes to work and stuff. And I think Carl knew that. Carl is then getting mad at the way Lindsay's questioning. It feels like an interrogation. I fucking hate little babies.
Get over
like
it.
That.
Get over it.
Little babies like that.
It's like, oh, I'm sorry, you can't answer a couple questions. You can't defend your. Oh, it's an interrogation. Oh, really? Get over yourself.
And answer a question like
beyond.
Oh, it really grinds my gears.
Well, you know why? It's because it's like you're shady. If you can't answer a question, something's amiss.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
Why? What's your problem? Why can't you answer a question?
Exactly. It's like, oh, you're not being soft and tender. He's like, give me a hug me harder. And I was like, okay,
please, gagging, absolutely. Gagging. In the worst way.
It's just. And I understand Carl, he has his wants and needs, and he said he wants someone who's soft and tender. And that is completely okay to want that. But when you are marrying Lindsay and you know who she is, you're just now realizing, oh, wait, I actually don't want to marry Lindsay because that's not who Lindsay is.
Yeah.
You want someone soft and tender. There are plenty of soft and tender emotional people out there. And that is totally okay to want that, Carl. Yeah. But you proposed to Lindsay. So it's like, it's just like when people act like they don't know who they proposed to.
Completely. Well,
and like,
it draws the question, why did you end up proposing? What was the reason that you proposed when you clearly weren't compatible to begin with?
And,
why?
And the way that you talked about her prior is so different to what you're talking about now. So, and then, because I went back and forth a little bit here because I do think Carl having, ending that relationship with Lindsay because he knew it's not what he wanted is a good thing.
Yes.
If you do not want to be in a relationship, you should end it. And that is what he did. And I think that was a good thing. And I think it was good for Lindsay and good for Carl because neither of them should be getting married to each other. That should not be the case. So I thought that was good that he did that. It was just some of the things he said, like, you want me to relapse.
That was a crazy fucking thing to say.
Fucking crazy.
That to me is something that somebody says when they like. It's just the ultimate passing blame off of yourself and onto someone else. Like do not try to blame someone in that way to justify your own behavior. And it's like. Are you looking for an excuse to relapse? Like that would be my response. Yeah. Like, are you looking for an excuse to do that? Because why else would you fucking say that?
I thought that was
a
insane.
Crazy thing
Just
to say.
how insane it was that Lindsay was accusing Carl of being on drugs in the beginning of the season. This was insane for him to say, you want me to relapse. Like,
no, it's crazy.
That was sick, honestly.
I
thought it was gross.
It's a fucked up thing to say.
And, he mentioned that there are things that Lindsay has said to him over text messages that we don't see, calling him names. And I'm not a name calling person. I think that's rude. So I'm not on board with that. If that was what Lindsay was doing, that sucks as well. Like if you're calling your fiance a loser, like, yeah, that's shitty. Like,
yeah, nobody wants to hear that.
But I also think Carl's hiding things too. I think the way he speaks to Lindsay is manipulative as well. So I think they both, I'm team nobody. I think they both were just bad for each other,
They gotta break up.
and they had to break up, and there are other people out there for them that may fit the mold of who they want in life, and neither of them are that for each other. So I'm gonna give Summer House an A+. Vanderpump Reunion, I'll give a C-. It was blah. I don't even care to talk about it, to be honest. I'm like over this season. I watched a great show on Netflix. You would love it.
Ooh.
Called Geek Girl.
Ooh, I don't know it.
It's about, it takes place in London. And
Say no more.
it's about a girl in high school
Obsessed.
who is quote unquote a geek. She's always getting made fun of.
Okay.
They go on a class trip to, this fashion thing in London, and she gets discovered by a modeling agent. And the modeling agent is like, you are it.
Love
and
that.
it's just a journey about her like becoming a model, and she's also like getting made fun of at school. Fantastic.
So you relate as a child star.
Of course. When people would find videos of me modeling and make fun of me.
Yes.
It was such a cute show. I loved it. I loved
really
it because
cute.
as much as I
love shows
love
like that.
the cute romance, young adult, TV shows, I love when there's a different element to it as well, and it's not just about like
I like a romance on the side. I don't like a show to be all about romance. I want there to be like a greater purpose.
There's a romance on the side of this.
I love
and
that.
It's
Oh, I love
fucking
that.
adorable.
Love.
So I'm giving Geek Girl an A. I loved it. I loved it so much. It was so cute. And then I watched the first 4 episodes of Tires on Netflix, Shane Gillis's show. And I'm a big Shane Gillis fan. I think he's very funny. Frances was excellent. Frances was in an episode, and Francis, who works here, sometimes I forget what people are
Francis
listening.
Ellis.
Like, he works at Barstool. I thought he was great. He was in an episode, but it was also like kind of his personality already. So like that's why it was funny.
So which episode is he in? Because I need to go back and watch that episode because I
Either
watched
the second or the third.
I watched the first episode, and this is I am not a Shane Gillis fan.
Well, I want to get to my point, but
okay.
I wasn't obsessed with this.
Okay.
In the way that other people were like really, really fucking hyping it up. I wasn't obsessed with it. I thought it was pretty, and maybe because I was on the plane watching back episodes, I thought it was pretty funny, but I thought it was also pretty repetitive. I'll give it like a B-, because I like Shane Gillis.
Right,
so I'm,
right.
That's where I'm at.
So you're right. You're doing softer grades. I only watched the first episode because that's all I could make it through. And I
actually put it on and turned it off.
Yeah. I was planning on going back to watch the Francis one because everyone says it's great or whatever. But
Francis was really good.
I'm sure I would love. I'm sure because I love Francis.
Yeah.
Francis is like my style of I like his shit.
You want to know the
Shane
role Francis played?
Yeah.
Francis played I make a lot of money and I'm
perfect.
Have this job and this is my life.
Perfect.
That's the role Francis
played. So he
played.
crushed it. Yeah. So right, but that's the problem though, is that I think, or with Tires that I've noticed with the first episode, is that it is Shane Gillis being Shane Gillis, and unfortunately I just don't like Shane Gillis. And so I've tried so many times.
Cold
I'm like,
world.
Can I get into it? Like I thought maybe I just don't like his stand-up. Maybe I just don't like this. Maybe I just don't like that. I have tried Shane Gillis in 50 different ways, and I just don't like him. He's just not my cup of tea. Even in person, I didn't really like him. He's just not my kind of person, and I think that I'm probably not his cup of tea either. And it's not that I don't get the joke, or I can't take a joke or whatever. I think it is such like unintelligent humor, and I think that the people say the opposite. Like they'll be like, well, if you don't think it's funny, then you don't get it. No, I get it. I just think it's so stupid I can't even chuckle. And that sucks because I wish I liked it. Everybody likes it. Everybody loves him. I just don't.
I'm dying because why do I feel like this tension between you and Shane Gillis would be hilarious? I know that part of it.
No, he would we would not get along. No, but I just know we wouldn't like each other.
But then you guys jump all over each other.
Oh yeah, no. I also it might have to I don't. I'm repulsed physically. I don't think he could not be less my kind of person. He's just not my kind of guy.
Really?
And I'm telling you, I know that I am not his kind of girl. We just were not. There's no way that he would like me as a person. There's no way that he would I don't know. I think about it too because, I'm good friends with Feidelberg. I'm good friends with Francis. I'm good friends with these people who like him so much and speak so highly of him. And he's a great guy. He's this, he's that. And I respect their opinions in terms of comedy and TV shows and stuff. I just do not fuck with Shane Gillis.
That's
I don't
so
know what
funny.
it is. And maybe I'm just Maybe it's because everyone wants everybody to like them so bad.
Or
it feels like I know I'm saying something equivalent to like when somebody says like I don't like Taylor Swift. Like I know it's the same vibe. Like guys, that's
it's very similar.
It's the same kind of fandom, and I get it, and I've tried, and I wish I could, and I'm just not. So I'll take the same stance everybody does when they say I don't like Taylor. Like I've tried every form of it, and I just don't like them.
Damn, and you know what? It's okay.
That's all right.
That's all right. You have your opinion.
We don't have to do anything together.
No, you don't have to interact with him.
I don't know him.
I do like Shane Gillis a lot, but he's been in this office when I have been in this office.
Yeah.
But I have never met him directly because I've almost like it's like a it's
don't meet your heroes kind of thing.
No, but it's
you don't want to meet your favorite comedian, Shane Gillis.
It's almost how I've felt like even with like Bert Kreischer, who's been here, or other comedians that have been in this office, where I've seen their videos online and I think they're funny, and I'm like, I'd almost like don't, you know what I mean? Like, it's even like I don't know how to explain it. It's like sometimes even
you don't want to shatter the illusion. You don't want to make them real. Kind of. Does that make sense?
It's not even just. It sounds like I'm putting the comedians up on a pedestal, but it's even sometimes when we've had interviews with people before, where I have been extremely, extremely nervous to like Joe Manganiello.
Yeah,
I was like, do we even want to interview him?
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Because
do we want to know who him in real life?
Right,
like,
and then
takes away the magic.
It was shattered.
Yeah,
you know, and that
takes away the magic. That's what I'm saying. When you get to know somebody, like you know someone, it's bizarre. Like parasocial relationships are weird, where you're like, I think I know this person because they played a character that I identify with, or that I think is hot, or that I think is cool, or whatever. Then you meet them in real life, and they're a normal person, but maybe they're just not the kind of person you would meet on a regular basis, or like be friends with on a regular basis. But then you have to think of them as their real selves moving forward, and it's hard to be like swayed by the show they're putting on anymore because you know them as a real person.
And we have an interview with somebody tomorrow who is, I'm not going to say, so like literally one of the most famous actresses like that I think has existed. Would you say that? Like just
she was
name
a big part of my childhood.
Yeah, name recognition.
Oh yeah, okay. So no, it's jerking off to her on the side.
But like,
is that what we're implying here?
I wasn't going to say that.
But you implied it. It was implied.
Yeah, name recognition
Just a fan.
wise. Okay, she's fucking
just a fan.
Yeah, she's fucking huge.
Right.
And I'm so nervous because growing up, it was like I want to be her. You know what I mean? Like,
wait, tell me who. Oh my God, that's okay. That's a big deal. That's
people
a big
are
deal.
gonna think it's like
No. She's like a but
no,
that's
like
exciting.
growing
that's
up,
very
like
exciting.
growing up, like it's more
Absolutely.
like I would say like nostalgic, like
Definitely.
But growing up, I wanted to be her, right?
Absolutely.
So
she's one of the original like most gorgeous girls in the world,
right?
You know
like
what
if
I mean?
you were
Like,
naming like
oh my
one
God,
of the best looking people
name
in the
the
world,
top 5. Yeah, name the top 5, top 10 most gorgeous girls in the world. She's on the list.
Yes, and so this actress, like I literally wanted to be.
Yeah.
So I'm so nervous to like meet her in real life because it's like, oh my God, she's not an illusion. Like she's gonna be sitting here. Like it's insane. Even like Nikki Glaser came in a week and a half ago.
Yeah.
I fucking love Nikki Glaser.
Same.
And Nikki and I have DM'd a bunch.
That's her third time on the show.
I know.
I was gonna say she's been on the
every
even
time
still, it's
we
like,
message,
oh my God. Yeah.
I'm like, oh my God, like I'm thinking about the right thing to say back. I'm
of
like,
course.
oh my God, like is this?
I do the same thing.
Message
She'll message me something like unhinged about Taylor Swift, and I'm like, I have to look cool. Like I have to respond cool. But like she's being like, her skin's amazing. You know, it'll be like weird shit.
And I'm just and I don't know. It's so cool to meet these people, and it never like gets old, and I'm always like nervous and excited and still like, oh my God, this person's coming here.
Of course.
And but that's not how I feel about Shane Gillis.
Yeah.
I ended up talking.
It might be the problem that he like is friends with our friends. Like I think that's what it is.
Yeah, no, I started off this conversation because I said that I have never met Shane Gillis because I do, but then I started talking about people that are not even in the same league as him.
No, not even. Oh yeah. Also, by the way, this what you were just talking about is not. You'll laugh out loud thinking about you guys meeting this person versus meeting Shane Gillis.
Yeah,
like Shane Gillis wishes. Like he, you know what I mean?
But
like he.
People would argue
wishes.
that like he's more relevant than the person you're talking about right now.
It's just more.
But the person you're talking about
you
has
get what
more
I'm
longevity,
saying, right? Like when
you're
a fan of somebody online, and you know,
well, meeting them just it humanizes them, and sometimes you don't want that You don't want to think of them as like a human being. You want to think of them
And
as
maybe
like an actor, an actress, or whatever.
Yeah.
And maybe that's my issue. Like, I don't know. It's just, I think it's
Which, by the way, he seems like a really nice guy.
No, I'm sure he's fine. He's just not my, like, we will never be friends. Like, I'm fine with that. Like, I don't want to, like, I'm all set.
Me up.
I'm all set. Like, I just don't,
I love
I don't
that.
think I need him in my life, and I don't think he needs me in his life.
I love your honesty.
Sounds
He
like
doesn't
you have a
need
crush
me.
on him.
Like, gross. Like, I just not even close. But he might say the same thing about me. That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't have that.
I love how you're openly just shitting on him because, like, there are so many people here who are friends with him. Where like
everyone,
like there's like a real chance that he would like this would make its way.
No. Like, I'm sure he'll like if I don't know. Like, if he comes in and someone tells him, "Hey, she's been talking shit about you for like a year, saying that you're ugly and not funny," I'd be like, "Yeah, no, I said those things because I think it." Like, I don't know.
Yeah, and
I don't care what he thinks about me.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. And that's what I love.
And he shouldn't care what I think about him.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that is why when you get to a point of feeling comfortable of shitting on someone, it's because you don't care what they feel about you in response.
Right.
It's like, no, I'm okay with saying this because I really don't care what the response is back to it.
And I honestly at this point just think like his balls are in enough guys' mouths in this place that like he doesn't need them also in mine. You know what I mean? Like everybody loves him.
They're
like,
tickled enough.
Everyone they're good. Like he's all set with the Barstool people. Like they all love him so much. And I'm not in it. I'm not in that group. And I don't have to be.
Yeah, you do.
I'll put my efforts to Taylor Swift.
Yeah, you don't have to be.
Yeah.
This is like reminds me of like a couple of other people where I've talked so much shit about them, or used to talk so much shit about them, and then like when I met them face to face, it was like, yeah, no, I did say that about you, and like that's like,
but sometimes
that used to be more the case like earlier on, like we thought that we would never, and like I feel like I'm getting back to that point of being like, you know what, if this is how I feel, I should say how I feel. And I've gotten that way lately with all the reality shows because it's gotten to a point of no return. Like,
well, of
you
course.
can't possibly pretend.
You can't say nice things.
To
that's
say
how
nice things about
that's
that.
how I feel about The Bachelor. Whenever we go on to Cutting Stems, like, you have to be honest about these people because, yes, while they are real people and they have real feelings and blah, 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 I do think that however they're portrayed on TV is there for a reason to create a narrative that we're supposed to go along with and talk along with, and they're painted in a light and we're supposed to see them in a certain way, so that's how we're going to talk about them. And whether they are like that in real life or not, that it remains to be seen, but the conversations are centered around what we're seeing. And so when I think about someone like Shane Gillis, like, I know what the conversation is, and I don't want to jump in the conversation of like, hey, I hate him because everybody hates him. Like, I don't think I hate him for the same reasons that other people hate him. Like, I also don't really hate him.
You don't hate him?
No, I don't hate him. I just don't like him. And I think that like I think that it's a different thing. Like, it's not that I think that he's like offensive or I think like, oh, clutch my pearls. Like, that's not how I feel about him.
You're offensive.
Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm offensive, like,
no,
in different ways.
Yeah.
But it's like, that's not what it is. I can't believe how I can't even muster up a chuckle for like anything he says. Like, I just can't. Like, I can fake laugh like for the best of them, but I just can't. And I don't know I don't know why. I don't know if it's a vibe or like an attitude. I don't like that he like tries to fuck with people. Like, I think he just like thinks he's smarter than people, and that bothers me. Like, there's just it's something about the vibe that I just don't. It does not mesh with me. But that's what I'm saying. Like, and it never will. So like, if he can write a whole stand-up special talking shit about me all day long, and I'll be like, well, that's fine. I didn't like you in the first place. Like,
yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I think it's so funny that like when you end up talking about something that you don't like, and then it just gets deeper and deeper and deep and worse and worse and worse, and
I can't fucking stand his face, by the way.
And you just like gets to a point where you're like unraveling. Like, that's the best.
I felt this way about him for a long time, and I whisper it into the night, but now it's like, who gives a fuck? But I feel bad about Tires because Francis is in it and we have friends in it, so I put it on. I said, this is it. Like, this is the time that I'm finally going to see what all these people are talking about, and it just, oh man, nothing has fell flatter for me
you
than anything.
You didn't vibe with it.
It's just not my style.
Yeah, I thought it was okay. Like, I love all these comedians. I'm not on the wavelength of you of not liking.
Yeah, no. These are my personal opinions. To be clear, these are my personal opinions.
But I think it's cool that you're giving your personal opinions.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Yeah.
But yeah, So what did you grade it? What are you grading it?
Like an F. An F. Like the lowest you can go. enough. Like, so bad. And again, I will go back and watch. I keep meaning to do it, but I've been procrastinating it because that's how much I hated it. But I meant to go watch the episode with Francis just to see him, on a TV show. That's exciting. That's your friend. Maybe I'll like it more because it's my friend. Like, I don't know. Like, I'm looking for reasons to like it. And I'm just
thinking
having
about
a hard
Francis
time.
scrolling through Instagram and seeing like the weekly watch report, and just next to Kelly it says F.
Only episode 1,
not the episode. Yeah, episode 1 only, not the one with Francis.
Not the one with Francis.
Because I
will
haven't
say
seen
the one with
fair.
Francis was my favorite one.
Well, then there we go. So maybe I just need
to
to.
or no?
No, I don't think so.
I think people would have been talking about that more.
I've only
saw
seen Francis, and then everybody like Rico on Twitter being like, tires, never laughed hard in my life. Francis is a genius. I'm like, let's be real, bitch. Like, let's be like, I get we're a glazing place, but like this is too much. Like, this isn't a Krispy Kreme. Like, this is be real. Be real.
It's definitely not even closest to the funniest.
Not even
show
close.
I've ever seen.
But I like the idea. Like, I don't want it to come across like I'm discouraging. I love like a skit show.
Yeah.
I love those kind of shows. So like, I had high hopes. Maybe I had higher hopes than I should have had because it was Shane Gillis.
Yeah, you had extremely high hopes
Extremely
for your favorite
high
comedian.
hopes for my favorite comedian. All expectations shattered.
Yeah,
in the
that's
worst way.
all I watched.
Let's see. I watched the first few episodes of Bodkin. It's a true crime Irish.
I meant to start that.
Something on Netflix. And who's the guy? Is it Bill Hader? No.
No, but he's
Will. What's his name? Oh, Will
Forte.
Forte. Oh my God, I fucked up that I didn't. That see, like those are things. I worry like I'm doing the dozen, and like Will Forte will pop up, and I'll know who that is, but I won't remember the name.
Yeah,
and that's like
I wouldn't
lose sleep over that. But Will Forte's in it, and then a couple other like British Irish stars, and it's Will Forte like started a podcast, and so it's like a true crime podcast. So they're going to Ireland, this like at Bodkin, and like trying to uncover a crime and whatever. So it's good, but there are like funny moments as well. It's a little like it's murder mystery kind of vibe, dramedy, I would say.
Like only murders or.
No, not as like silly as that, but it's in the similar vein, I would say. It's good. I only watched the first couple episodes, but I really liked it at the same time. That I feel like I watched some stuff
what
on.
Did you rate it?
Oh, what would I rate it? Oh, I'll give it a B because I haven't finished it and I don't want to give it any more or less. I don't know how the rest of it's gonna go. Trying to think. I feel like I watched something on. I should have come more prepared. I should have written down what I watched. I watched all the Planet of the Apes movies because I'm going to
all of them?
Yeah. Well, no, not the Marky Mark ones, the originals. I watched the Dawn of, Rise of, and War on the Planet of the Apes. And so the new movie is in the movie theaters now. And I keep meaning to go see it, but I'm probably going to miss it. Like, it'll probably be out of theaters like this week. So maybe I got to go see it quick. Loved them so much more than I thought I ever would. Like,
so grade?
An A.
Wow.
Solid A
Solid.
for all the movies, like combined. They were really, really good. I was just completely shocked by how much I was into it. I like a movie like that, a trilogy, kind of war, man versus nature vibe. Like, I love all that. So it was
when they
phenomenal.
started talking, that wasn't weird for you?
No, it was like a huge moment, like the big moment. I think it's I think it's Rise is the first one, maybe. I don't know. Rise and Dawn, I confuse myself. And there's like a moment where he like speaks and everybody like the room stops, like there's a shift, like it's like what the fuck, it's crazy. But it's crazy to think about science, like if I think too much about science in that way, I start freaking out, being like, whoa, this could be real,
right? Like
these movies are made 2011, the first one was made.
Right. I thought that way, like I think that way about the ocean a lot.
Oh yeah.
Because
scary place.
it's terrifying. There's so much uncovered.
Yep.
And every time I'm in the ocean, like I'm having a good time. Then all of a sudden I'm like, wait, there's so much going on that we don't know about in
all
here.
All of a sudden you can't touch the ground.
Right.
And
And
you're
then
like, wait a minute, how deep am I?
Wait, I think I'm done in here. Like, let's get out.
I think I'm over it. I can't see the bottom anymore.
Yeah, I'm
like,
cool enough now. We can go sit in the sun.
Yes, completely.
Yeah, that's how I feel about the ocean. Noah, what did you watch this week?
That's all you watched?
Yeah, I can't remember the rest. I watched Bridgerton again like 10 times. Oh, no. One more. Maxton Hall.
Yeah, we talked about this.
Yeah. Cute. I've only seen the first 2 episodes. Really liked it. Super cute. Amazon Prime. I give it a B+ for now.
Watch Geek Girl.
I'll put Geek Girl on my list. Yeah, that's great.
Okay, I finished Under the Bridge. Watched the last 2 episodes.
Oh, I need to catch up on that.
What are you on?
The part where she was just taking acid and had to be in the car.
Oh, so you have a few more episodes.
I have a few episodes,
Yeah.
like 3, I think.
Yeah, there's 8 total. Yeah, I liked it. The ending, like, I mean, it's a true story, so I actually didn't know what was happening. Like, I didn't know the story. I didn't look into it.
Right.
So
Of Under the Bridge, you mean?
Under the Bridge.
Yeah.
But like I thought it was a really good show, great acting. I didn't love the ending, so I'll give it a B+. Like as a whole, I would say. I think
Okay.
I would have rated like episode 7 higher. I just didn't love the ending.
Got it. Okay. That's good for me to know.
But that might just be part of because like of what actually happened that I didn't love.
I don't know what happened in real life either.
Yeah.
So I won't look it up.
Yeah. I watched the last 2 episodes of Dark Matter. Not the last 2, but just 4 and 5.
Ooh,
I would
yeah.
highly... Wait, are you watching that?
No, I need to, though, because I
Yeah.
love that shit.
Yeah,
Love.
it's very Black Mirror-esque.
Yeah.
I really like this show. I would recommend this to anyone.
Is it,
like multiverse, that type of thing. Joel Edgerton.
Is it multiple seasons?
Not to be mistaken.
No, this is
with
the first
Taron
season.
Egerton.
Yeah, not Taron Egerton, not Elton John.
Dark Matter. No, I know Joel
This is
Egerton.
season 1, and they're only on.
I
5th
love him.
episode.
He's Great Gatsby Tom, right? Joel Egerton.
Is he in Great Gatsby?
Yeah, he is.
He's been in a bunch.
He's
of stuff.
Daisy's husband.
Okay, but yeah,
Joel
I'll give it
Egerton.
like a B+ right now, but it's very good.
Good score.
Yeah, it keeps you entertained.
Okay, good.
And it's one of those shows though because it's a multiverse and like he's playing multiple characters of himself. You like, if you look down, you might be very confused just because you're like, wait, which one is this? Like,
Right, because you have to settle into kind of
Yeah.
like Split. I watched that again recently.
I watched Civil War, the movie Civil War.
Ooh.
Have
I've
you
not
seen
it.
anything about
No,
this?
I'm not a war
No.
movie girl.
It's basically like if America had another Civil War.
Oh, wait, is that the Jesse Plemons one? The new one?
It's new.
Where he wears the red glasses?
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's in
yeah,
it like
okay. I haven't
not.
seen
He's
it.
honestly not that. He has like a small part in it,
Yeah.
but
I've not seen it
it's
yet, though.
interesting. Like it's like wow, this could happen. I guess.
I heard mixed reviews on that because people
Yeah.
said some shit like, they're like, this is for the journalists, and it's like a weird movie.
Oh, I didn't see that.
I don't know.
But I would give it a B. Like it was an interesting movie, but nothing like that blew me away. And then I watched The Fall Guy last night with Ryan
How was
Gosling.
that?
Another one I want to see.
I liked it. I might not have been in like the right mood. Part of me always wonders, like, do I not like this movie, or am I just like watching it at the wrong time?
Fair.
But I liked it. I would give it a B-. Like I was kind of going in expecting the nice guys sort of vibe. I like that movie way more, but it was
That's
fun.
a good movie.
It was a
Yeah, it is
fun
a really good
movie.
movie.
Like it was a fun movie.
You had a
And-
fun experience.
and like
Right.
and it feels like they're making fun of other movies like a lot, so they're not taking it that seriously. Like a lot of it's kind of corny, but I think they're trying to make it corny.
Right.
But Emily Blunt's great.
Did you see
Ryan
the movie
Gosling
theater, or
great.
is it? It
No,
came out
I bought it for like, or I rented it on Amazon.
Oh, nice.
Oh, you
okay.
can
Oh,
rent
good.
it.
Maybe I'll
Okay.
watch
Yeah,
that
it's
later
like
then.
20
Yeah.
bucks. But,
Yeah. Still.
I want to add, I watched Hacks season 3.
Oh.
I finished it. Bravo.
One of my favorite shows.
Same. I
One of my
fucking love
favorite shows of all
Hacks.
time. Season 3 is so good.
It was so good. I finished it. I'm gonna give it an A-. I really enjoyed this season. I just fucking love Deborah Vance.
I love her.
Wish
I
she
love
was
her.
a real fucking
I
person.
know.
Like,
I know.
I just love this show, and I can't recommend Hacks enough for anybody who hasn't watched it.
It's phenomenal.
Watch Hacks.
Who's the actress? Hannah Binder? Hannah. That's her name. Something like that.
Yeah,
The younger actress, the writer. Hannah Binder.
they're both so good together.
Hannah Einbinder, EINBINDER. They're so good together, and she is so hilarious. I've been seeing her do I think she did like an interview the other day, and she is just as funny in real life as she is on the show.
Yeah.
And I think that their cadence together is just perfect.
It's so good.
Jean Smart is so good.
So good.
Like they're fantastic. All the characters.
they're-
I love I
they're
love
great.
the guy. I love them all.
All of them are excellent. So
Yeah.
I'm going to give it an A-, and I highly recommend Hacks if you have not watched Hacks.
Me too.
And that wraps up what we watched this week.